my name is Meerah, and I'm a Lorekeeper, one of Yogg-Sothoth's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the entity known as Mordiggian. Mordiggian is old and omnipotent as death. He was worshipped in former continents before the lifting of Zothic from out of the sea. Through him we are saved from corruption and the worm. Even as the people of other places devote their dead to the consuming flame, so we of Zulbasair deliver ours to the god. Awful is the fane, a place of terror and obscure shadow, untrod by the sun, into which the dead are borne by the priest and are laid on a vast table of stone to await his coming from the nether vault, in which he dwells. No living men, other than the priests, have ever beheld him, and the faces of the priests are hidden behind masks of silver, and even their hands are shrouded, that men may not gaze on them that have seen Mordiggian. Mordiggian first appears in the 1934 short story The Charnel God by Clark Ashton Smith, and would appear again in 1935 in The Dark Eidolon, also by Cass. It would later be counted amongst the Great Old Ones in Scott D. Aniolowski's Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Mordiggian is alternatively known as the Charnel God, the Great Ghoul, the Lord of Zulbasair, Mordoth, the Old Gnaw, and the Worm of Corruption. It is described as a large, shadowy, worm-like creature, sometimes in the shape of a column, sometimes as a swirling darkness. It is worshipped by human cults and ghouls alike as a death and funerary god. The Gori, which are similar to ghouls but are more jackal-like, are also thought to worship him. On Zothic, the last continent of man, and specifically in the city of Zulbasair, Mordi stands above all law. It has claim on all that die within the city and disposes of any corpses in a ritualistic way. Some say that it feeds on them, others say that it takes them into itself and they become a part of him, others believe that it ferries them to the afterlife. Mordi is also said to feature heavily in the Cults of Ghouls and the Ghouls manuscript, two esoteric grimoires from the Lovecraft mythos that are supposed to have copies in both the Miskatonic University's library and the Church of Starry Wisdom's libraries. Arctella and Ebnon-Thaw, pausing before the open door, were outlined against a colossal shadow that was not wrought by anything in the room. It filled the portals from side to side. It towered above the lintel, and then, swiftly, it became more than a shadow. It was a bulk of darkness, black and opaque, that somehow blinded the eyes with a strange dazzlement. It seemed to suck the flame from the red urns and fill the chamber with a chill of utter dread and voidness. Its form was that of a worm-shapen column, huge as a dragon, its further coils still issuing from the gloom of the corridor, but it changed from moment to moment, swirling and spinning as if alive from the vortical energies of dark eons. Briefly, it took the semblance of some demonic giant with eyeless head and limbless body, and then leaping and spreading like smoky fire, it swept forward into the chamber. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I quite like Mordi, honestly. In the short story The Charnel God, he and his priests both seem kind of like benevolent to me. They end up letting the main character and his wife go at the end, because obviously they are not dead, and his domain is only the dead. But yeah, I don't know. There aren't very many Eldritch entities that are just like not downright hostile towards humanity. So whenever we find one that's like kind of benevolent like this, I'm very intrigued and I wish we knew more about them. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this. You know the YouTube drill. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, special thank you to my channel members, especially Loremasters, PwNaGeeDOTexe, Beitodesstrafe, Lexaous, Vlad, and General Jehuty. I appreciate you all so much, and may Yogg grant you the knowledge you seek. Also, friendly reminder that I do have a Patreon now, and you can join as a member for free to watch my entire content library without the ads. Another reminder that I don't have ad monetization here on YouTube. I don't qualify for it, but they put ads on a lot of my videos and take the revenue from them anyway. And a lot of the ads are just AI generated slop. So if you want to avoid that without having to pay YouTube Premium, you can just go over to Patreon, join as a member for free. You don't have to give me anything, and you can still watch all that stuff without the ads. If you do want to support me a little bit, and the content that I make, you can become a member here on YouTube, or a patron over on Patreon. And the only difference between free and paid membership is that Lorekeepers get early access to new content by a few days, and their names in the credits, and then like the occasional like poll. Like the content library access is the same whether you're paid or free. Anyway, thanks again so much, and I hope to see you all next time here in the library.